All right, so the next stop on this 2004 visit, we're going to be visiting our friends in Killswitch Engage.
Hey, we briefly touched on this band. If you're a longtime fan, the Punch-Out episode, which Jesse Leach did not endorse, he was not a fan of it. We did briefly talk about this album. We're going to go a little more in depth now.
We're talking about The End of Heartache, released in May of 2004. This is the band's second major label release.
Correct.
I think most of you are probably familiar with the story, but in case you're not, Killswitch released their genre-defining album Alive or Just Breathing in 2002, and we're on the verge of their major breakthrough right when vocalist Jesse Leach decided to leave the band, leaving them without a frontman. Fortunately, they were able to grab one of the best voices in the game with Howard Jones, who is the vocalist for this album as well as the next two albums to follow.
Yep.
So the rest of the lineup is made up of Adam D.
Adam D.
I'm not going to say his last name. It's weird.
D's nuts.
Adam D plays the lead guitar, as well as engineering, producing, all the things.
He does everything. Adam D is the mastermind behind Killswitch, regardless of what you think.
He is.
And a lot of metalcore, just to be honest.
You also got Joel Strotzel on rhythm guitar, Mike D. Antonio on the bass.
Mike D. I'm not going to do it again.
And Justin Foley on the drums.
Hey, Justin, you got a cool name.
So they open this one up with a bid farewell. And this, God, I know I've said it so many times. This is one of the best opening tracks I've ever heard. It really is.
Did it make opening tracks volume 1 or 2?
It might have. I don't
remember. Sorry, guys.
If you liked the first Killswitch album, you're going to be super stoked when you hear this.
Hold on. It's technically the second. There was a self-titled in there, and there was Alive or Just Breathing. Let's just be honest here.
But the average listener...
Alive or Just Breathing is the first one.
Right.
Correct.
So if you like the previous Killswitch Engage album, you're going to be really stoked for this. It has that same nice gradual build-up like Numbered Days did on the previous album. And as far as the vocals go, Howard was just at the absolute top of his game.
Dude.
He's making panties drop and wieners quiver at the sound of his sexy baritone voice.
A bid farewell immediately with the memorable riff, pounding drums that pull you in, leading to Howard introducing himself into this band with a huge scream. The section going into the chorus is actually pure death metal if you listen to it. There's blast beats and demon riffing and all the shit that I love with a huge scream. Then there's the melodic hooks that hit. I mean, that chorus, I bid farewell, sever the ties. It's anthemic. What a fucking opener. I bid farewell. Great way to do this.
Oh, yeah. Like, you know from this opener what you're getting for the rest of the album.
And you think, oh, a bid farewell to Jesse. See you the fuck later. But
here he comes.
2 songs in.
The next track.
Here we are.
Take This Oath. So as Justin just alluded to, this one does feature vocals by Jesse Leach. The chorus on this song is just unbelievable. And that back and forth that you get between Howard and Jesse, just incredible. Great way to cordially pass the torch. You might call it a peaceful transfer of power. I know people in the United States don't know what that means, so this is a good example of it.
You really don't have to pick sides. Sometimes both sides are good. And with Jesse and Howard, both sides are good. They don't have any beef with each other. And this was awesome, man. Like 2 songs in, you get to hear Jesse again. Like you only had 1 song off. That was it. Yep. He was back already. There's a rumor that Jesse wrote this album, but Howard is officially credited with the lyrics. Anyway, it's cool to hear Jesse and Howard together. And the lyric, to this grave, take this oath. Are they talking about who wrote this album? I don't know. The song's fucking great, though.
So, I mean, honestly, to me,
it doesn't matter who wrote it. It's great.
If I had to weigh in, though, like, these don't sound like Jesse lyrics to me.
No, it's
because
different.
Howard has a tendency to write about the more like relationship type stuff. Like, kind of, his stuff tends to get a little bit more like
Emotional.
lovesick, depressing, like, and we'll get more into that obviously in this album.
It will,
but
and then the next song, Adam D always tributes out to Howard anyways with When Darkness Falls.
When Darkness Falls, man, this was a big song for the band. It was featured on the Freddy versus Jason soundtrack.
Oh, man.
Still my favorite song
Do you
on
remember
this
when
album.
soundtracks were a fucking good thing?
And that one, man, Freddy versus Jason was sick.
Yeah.
I love everything about this song. Like I said, this is my favorite one on the album. The lyrical message is incredible. It's what really stands out to me. Very therapeutic in nature. When darkness falls, we are reborn.
Yep.
That's all you need to say. Like, it's just, you go to sleep, you wipe the slate clean, you got a chance for a better day the next day. Obviously, I love inspirational stuff if you don't know that from the Hatebreed discography. So, great song.
Every day is a new day. Coming right back you in your face, and they have death metal feel in this song before they drop out, leading into that anthemic chorus, sing-along chorus, which Howard is absolutely known for. He's got the big baritone vocal. It's very powerful. When Darkness Falls is a great track.
So Rose of Sharon is the next one. This one had a music video that I remember seeing back in the day on Headbangers Ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking at the time, like, man, they're really playing some heavy stuff on here.
It's like the Jamie Josta era, too, of Headbangers Ball.
It was the Jamie Josta era
Fucking
for sure.
Awesome. Shout out to Jamie.
Yeah, and it's funny, though, because when you listen to this song now, like, it doesn't sound that heavy or extreme, but the stuff that used to get played on Headbangers Ball, like, compared to this was really heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a great emotionally heavy song dealing with the death of a loved one. Another one that's, it could be like therapy for you, depending on what you're going through in your life.
Yeah, this song comes out intense. When you dive into lyrics, it's really emotional and heavy, dealing with the loss of a loved one. They have the lyric, "It won't be long, we'll meet again. Your memory is never passing." And you can hear the pain in Howard's vocal when he belts out that lyric. It's a great track. Rose of Sharon.
Absolutely. So then we get a little interlude, Inhale, that's just kind of placed right in the middle. Kind of gives you a nice little reprieve after an emotionally heavy song.
Inhale, it gives you a chance to take a breather.
Exactly.
So inhale.
And now
then you breathe life.
You breathe life. These boys are out here straight melting faces on this one.
Yeah.
That opening riff is just absolutely delicious.
Yeah, that choppy two-stepping drumming goes right into the double bass rolls, back into the back half of the verse. Adam is riffing all over this track, absolutely killing it. Another huge chorus. Howard has one of the cleanest melodic vocals I've ever heard. That baritone voice, I fucking love it, man.
Absolutely. And now we're getting into the end of Heartache.
That's it, the title track.
So we've talked about this one before. I remember there was a time when I was so sick of this song.
Never.
Because everyone played it so much.
No.
But honestly, in hindsight, this is one of the single most important metal songs that have been written, definitely in the modern era.
Yeah.
It really did a lot to bring new people into the scene, open them up to heavier bands like Lamb of God.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said on the previous episode, I don't even know if you are a fan of metalcore if you've never shed a tear listening to this song.
Yeah. Not only is this the title track, but this is the track. If you ask me who Killswitch Engage is, I'm sending you this song. It defines the band. It's everything they're about. It's both heavy musically as well as emotionally and on a lyrical level. A song about a relationship that one person didn't want to end, and we've all been there. Howard is aggressive through the verses and broken during the massive chorus. Adam's riffing is very clean. Everything about this track is perfect. It's one of the greatest title tracks ever. You have the lyric, "Seek me, call me, I'll be waiting for the end of my broken heart."
Yeah, absolutely classic at this point. And I don't care. I know they're going to play this song at every single show.
I'm here for it.
And I'm way past the days of being sick of it. Now I embrace it. If you're standing next to me at the show, I'm probably going to put my arm around you and we're going to sway back and forth and sing it together.
When they hit that fucking riff, man, my fucking eyes are going to well up, man. This is a great one.
So another song that I don't think gets enough love is World Ablaze.
Good track.
This to me is definitely one of the standouts on the album. It's heavy, it's catchy, it's got one of the best choruses on the album. The band obviously liked it when they put out their DVD. They named it Set This World Ablaze. Awesome DVD, by the way. If you haven't seen it, check that out.
Yep.
Gives you a lot of insight into everything that was going on with the band. Got a lot of cool interviews from a lot of other musicians that have went on to become pretty big. I mean, Randy Blythe's, there's parts with Randy Blythe in there. Corey Taylor's in there. Doc Coyle's in there.
Randy Blythe, I've never heard of that guy.
Everybody, your people from your favorite bands are in there, giving their opinions on Killswitch Engage's music. So.
This is peak Killswitch, man. Like, you can love Jesse all you want, but this is the fucking peak right here.
They were on top of the world here, and I've said it before, like, I'm Team Jesse all day.
So am I. But this album, man, you can't fucking deny this.
There is no Killswitch without Jesse, but Killswitch would never have made it to the heights that they did without Howard coming in and the things he did on this album and the next album.
I'd love to see them do a tour with both of them. Fucking come out and both of you fucking belt it out, man. Take your strong suits of both of you and just fucking do it. Go for it. There's no animosity. There's no reason this tour can't happen. So,
no. But I'm just glad that we have at least got to see them on the stage together.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that, and I've seen both of them separately too. So, like,
yep,
Killswitch never disappoints.
Oh yeah, multiple times I've seen them with both singers. Oh man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're getting a little bit of a different vibe from each of them, but they both fucking deliver.
Yeah. Fun fact: if you go back about 15 years or so, you find me on stage with Adam D. telling me to stage dive. It's the only time I ever stage dive in my life. Adam D forced me to do it.
I mean, if Adam D tells me to stage dive, I'm stage diving, goddammit. I'll bring him a beer back too.
It was like 2008 or so. It was a while ago.
So they closed this album out with Hope Is.
Who's that got on it? It's got a special guest from a metalcore legend.
I don't know who you're talking about, Justin.
Phil Labonte. Hey, Phil. All 4 foot nothing of you, man, but
Who's
I love
that
you.
Guy? Phil Labonte. Yeah, absolutely. Legend.
Yep.
Former singer of Shadows Fall, and everybody knows him now from All That Remains.
ATR, man.
If you don't know him from those things, you know him from his outspoken political views, but you may or may not agree.
Hey, we don't touch on politics around here.
We don't, but Phil sure does. But I love that they picked one of the heaviest songs to close this album out with. The song it's sick, man. Definitely leaves you wanting more. And I go back and forth, but I think I would rather have the high energy song, the just straight ripper that ends and just kind of leaves me like, that's it. You know, because sometimes you do the slow fade out and you make it feel like the end. But think about it. When you're watching TV and everything wraps up nice and neat, what are you going to do? You're going to bed. When you get a cliffhanger, you're going straight to the next fucking season and you're binging another 8 episodes.
Listen,
this album made me want to binge the next fucking 12 songs from the next album, and I didn't have them.
Fair enough.
They left me with heavy metal blue balls.
That's a great point. I love a long intro and I love a fade out outro.
In general, I do too.
In general, but your point is very fair, man. You leave them on the cliffhanger, they come back, they want more. That's what it's all about, you know? After an album full of internal struggle and suffering, we end with a lyrically positive note. We got gang chants throughout the chorus, which is hope is not lost. Weep no more. We will prevail. Giving hope at the end of dark times. I love the death metal chugging and the gutturals to close it out, man. This is a great fucking track. And no matter what you think, this is one of the most important albums of the early 2000s. It defines metalcore and brought it to the masses. You cannot understate how much music you hear today is influenced by this album. I'll say that again. You cannot understate how much music you hear today is influenced by the end of Heartache. It's melodic but aggressive, emotional, painful, cathartic. If you want to get in your feels, sing an anthemic chorus, shed a tear, and then tear it up in the pit right after because you're pissed off, this is for you. They blend it all together and it's masterful. Jesse may have given us more quality albums, but he never gave him an album like Howard did. This was lightning in a bottle with Howard. Howard has not always been the best as it gone on later in the career with the second self-titled album, even the album that followed this. But End of Heartache was something fucking special, and it will always be a 6 out of 6 for me.
Very nice. I agree with what you said about the self-titled album, but the next album is still pretty damn good.
It is, but it's not.
I mean, it doesn't live up to this, but how you can't, like you said, lightning in a bottle. You can't remake End of Heartache. It's not happening. I do think 100% I agree with you. Like, this is one of the most important albums from the time period. And it's because this album is one of those albums that defines metalcore. At its root, it is metal and hardcore. This album perfectly combines those two things. The hardcore elements are still there. Like you hear Justin talking about the two-stepping rhythms and the aggressive vocals and the gang chants. All of that stuff comes from hardcore, but you got all this tasty riffing. You got the pinch harmonics. You got the solos. This is a perfect blend. Very few albums really got this right, and this is one of them. Absolute game changer. Often replicated, but they will never, ever be duplicated. One of the most important bands and albums of my lifetime. You already know it's a 6 out of 6, baby. 6 out of 6.
Perfect. It doesn't get much better than End of Heartache. It's a pivotal album.
If you rate this album anything other than a 6, I want to know why. Because I don't agree with you, but I want to know why you think otherwise.
Let me know why. Let's have a discussion.
But also let me know why. Let us know if you agree. Because I feel like most of the listeners of this show, you guys are probably on the same page with us, but
more than likely. But if you're not, let us know why. And also, what albums do you like in 2004? We talked about quite a few here today. 3 good albums. There's a couple more.
Plenty more where that came from.
There's plenty more. And if you're a YouTube subscriber, you'll probably get another album from 2004 pretty soon as an exclusive. That is a great album. Might be a 6. Spoiler.
Again.
But we'll talk about it.
If you don't subscribe and hit the notification bell, you might miss that video. So
you might miss. So, let us know. Also, hey, let us know what you want to hear.
All right, there you go. So that is 3 of what we deemed some of the most important albums from 2004. Obviously, there ain't enough hours in the day to talk about them all, but those are the ones that we like. So like Justin said, weigh in. Let us know what your favorite albums were for 2004.
We got one more part of this episode, which is 2014, and it will come out probably sometime in September if you want to check it out, which is followed by the 2024 top 6. You guys excited? What's your favorite albums? Let us know.